Hi guys, today we're gonna talk about tower Mino, and we're gonna start from this basic position. Black has played silver to 5-7, and to prepare for a slow game, pawn to 6-4 is a good idea. And obviously he's gonna play pawn to 8-6 for more development for this king. And pawn to 7-4. This is also good for you. So you can play knight to 7-3 and you can conduct harsher offense around the king in the near future. Now his basic castle is completed. And depending on the preferences, silver can go both ways. And this pawn push is also good for you because it's going to attack king's head and it's going to be so strong. And here black has three options. One is going for a rapid attack, but this is not a good idea for black since his king is here. Before a battle starts, you need to prepare for it, and you can reinforce your defense like this. And he would push this pawn. Then you can open up the diagonal to offer bishop trade, and he's gonna accept it, and silver recaptures. If he takes this pawn, you can just ignore. After this pawn promotion, knight recaptures, then pawn recaptures, then rook recaptures. If he drops a pawn to kick your rook, then it goes to 3-6, forcing black to drop one more pawn. Now he has no pawn in hand, so black is in a better shape, and a rook to 3-5 to attack this pawn is great. And now for black it's difficult to defend this pawn, so you're fine. And all the way back, this turning point, it's also possible for black to play rook to 3-8. Then you can just wait at this point by lance to 1-2. Then he pushes this pawn. Pawn recaptures, then silver develops. And again, you can open up the diagonal to attack this silver and offer bishop trade at the same time. He has to accept it. Then silver recaptures. Silver to 3-5. Then this is a good tactic. He has to take it. If silver takes it, it's gonna slow down, so he would take this by the pawn. But then you can drop bishop on 2-7. He would kick your bishop, then you can promote your bishop on 5-4. Now you see why tower Mino is not so great when it comes to rapid attack like this, right? Because your horse is looking at his king, and next pawn push perhaps is going to be very strong. It's pretty scary, so yeah, tower Mino and the rapid attack is not a good combination. And one last option for black here is of course to go for slow game, silver to 6-6. Then you can play pawn to 6-5 to kick the silver. Now his defense is kind of concave. then you can leave possibilities of developing go this way and possibly drop a bishop right here in the near futures. So it's good for you. Then you can open up this diagonal and he would use his bishop this way. Then silver to 4-3 to prepare for this kind of attack. If he keeps going, you can take it. Then he would push this pawn as well because this square is unprotected, right? Then you can simply take it. Now he gains one pawn to drop it on 7-4, but that's okay because this counter movement is cool. If bishop goes back, he will lose his rook, right? So pawn to 2-5 is a good tactic for static rook side. Then bishop goes to 4-4. Never exchange bishop, okay? Then bishop to 5-7. Then pawn to 2-6. You can take this pawn next, so he would protect it by pawn to 2-4. Then you can play go to 6-3 to protect this square. If he takes this pawn, then you can take this pawn, right? Next pawn promotion is great. This is too late because you can simply shut the diagonal by pawn 2-3-5. Then white is fine. Okay, there is one another possibility for black in this position. He can also play king to 9-8. In this case, your silver goes to 5-4, and he would go for silver crown. Now it's time for you to attack this square. He would take it, then pawn to 9-5. This works because this lance is now blocked by its own king, right? And he would take it, then knight to 8-5. Silver goes back, then pawn to 9-7. He has to take it. Then Ike goes in the opposite direction to attack these silvers. If he takes it, then bishop promotion. It's pretty strong, right? And he would kick your horse by going to 7-8. Then you can calmly go back with a horse to 9-5. If he drops a pawn, then horse to 7-3 is a good idea. This diagonal is very strong, right? And it's hard for black to defend. If he resists, then pawn push is great. This bishop can take your pawn, but that's okay because you can play rook to 3-2 to skewer these pieces. If bishop moves back, then you can take this pawn, right? And if he doesn't, you can take this bishop. So you're going to be okay. And all the way back to this position, it's also possible for black to fork these generals by knight to 6-4. Then again, you can still play horse to 7-3, but before that, you can drop a pawn right here to attack this silver. Now it's dead. Then he would play this counter movement, you can win the silver, gold recaptures, then horse to 7-3 to attack this knight. And he would take this silver check-in, then gold recaptures. Then again, this diagonal is opened up once again, and he's in trouble. If he dodges this diagonal by rook to 1-8, this knight drop is pretty strong. And even if he tries to defend by dropping silver right here, it is okay. This pawn push is cool to create empty space right here. If he takes it, then silver dropped on 7-8. Bishop develops, then silver drop on 6-7 is great. This is a result of this pawn sack. Now it's working great, and his defense is almost gone. One more thing. In this position, he can also ignore your pawn push, and the king goes to 8-8 to protect this square. Then you can drop your silver on 6-9. If this gold goes this way or this way, you can promote your pawn, right? But even if he tries to kill this silver, that's okay, because you can play pawn to 5-3. It's possible because the bishop is now blocked, right? So this is effective. If he tries to protect this square by rook to 2-6, then you can promote your pawn. If he recaptures, then you can attack his rook. It goes back to 2-7. Then silver to 3-8 is fine. Then you can promote your silver on 4-7 next. Then these silver can work together as one, and these major pieces are not working, and this horse is gray, so white is fine. Alright, that's going to do for this video. This is something I've been longing for doing, and I'm glad I just did. Tower Mino is still in demand in non-professional world, as well as Anaguma and double ranging rook. And I demonstrated some of key ideas so viewers can develop further on their own. I hope you like this, and see you all guys soon. Bye.